Okay, let me run this, and I go forward and backward, and I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of touchy. It'd be nice to be able to control the speed of the ship, and we could do that with a multiplier on the ship speed. Now, this is going. This is every time this goes through, it checks if the arrow key is down, and if the arrow key is down, one way or the other, it's going to move the ship a pixel. Okay, so all of the action is going to be really in the ship, but because the speed is a game setting variable, then we would go to settings. So I'm going to click on the Explorer and go to our settings class. Right now we have the screen width, the height, and the color is a tuple. Okay. I guess, yeah, we'll just, right here, we'll add on a ship settings. Okay, because there'll be other things we want to set for the ship. So if we go self.ship, ship underscore speed, speed, we now say 1.5 for now. 1.5. So again, I'm in the settings class in the initialization of the settings object, and I'm adding this speed variable to this parameter to this class. Now, in our ship, we need to bring in this settings class, which we already have done. We brought in the game setting right here as an instance now I'm in the ship class. Okay, so after I get the screen, which is the surface of the screen, I want to get the settings. So self dot settings for the particular ship. I'm in the ship class, not the settings class. I will get the instance of the game, and I will pull out its settings. Okay, so I go through the game to get these settings. I go through the Alien Invasion class. Now, there are no private methods in Python. And there are no private methods in Python. So I want to be able to increment in very fine amounts. So let me see here. Where should I put it? Right about before the movement flag here. Okay. I'm going to store a decimal value for the ship's position. Now, our rect doesn't accept our rect x and our rect y. They don't accept integer decimal values. Okay, position. POSITION. So I'm going to create a variable that's internal or private to the ship, although it still can be read. So I'm going to go self.x, the ship's x position is going to be the floating point, FLOAT, float of where it is, SELF.RECCT.x. So I'm just creating a variable that is decimal of where RECT, not REX, of where the position of the X position of the ship. Okay. Now, in the update method, we update the ship's position, and now we're going to update. Here, I'm going to add this comment. Update the ship's X value, and not. Let me arrow this out. Not the rect, NOT, not the rect, RECT, because that's the actual position of the ship. We change it and the ship moves. So if it's moving to the right, we will not worry about the rect directly. Okay? So if it's moving to the right, we're going to just deal with the x value, x variable, plus equal, other way around, plus equal the speed. Okay, so SEL self.settings, we go to settings, ship speed. So that's what we increment it with. And let's see, self.settings.ship speed. Let me think here. Self x, right? Self.settings.ship underscore speed. Okay. And if it's moving to the left, right, we're going to do the same thing. Self.x minus equal the speed. So the speed is what is the multiplier, actually what we add, ship speed. Now I'm wondering why it's giving me settings.speed. Let me go to settings, ship speed, self.ship speed, and here self.ship speed. Okay. So now this is internal, right? This is internal to the ship. Not part of the actually changing the rect. Okay, so when we draw the screen, we actually want to be able to change the rect value. So I need to update the actual rect value. UPDH update RECT object. And where do we get that? Well, we've been messing with it with self.x. Object from self self.x, which was internal. So self.rect. This comes up later on. So if you have an understanding of what this is now, a little complicated, then it'll make better sense. And the only reason we're doing this is because our self.rect value has to be integer. Okay? Okay, and that's why in the settings we take a let me see. Yeah, that's why in the ship class we take up here at the top, in here we take the floating point of the original location and we set it to this variable, which is a floating point. And then when we start moving it around, we use it to update. And then when we're ready, when we're done updating the ship, either it's moving right or left, then we set it back to the original rect value. A little complicated. It, in a sense, causes a private variable x to the class. So if I run it, I got an error. Let me run it again. Oh, well, I'm running the ship class, right? That's not going to work. So let me go to the game instance and run it. It opens up, and I go to the right a little bit faster. I think that's a little faster. I didn't close out that window, so let me close it. And if I go to settings, and let's say that's too fast. Let's say 0.5. We'll slow it down. So I change the speed of the ship, go back to the Alien Invasion, and run it. And now, when I hold it down a little bit slower, do it one more time, just for doing it, and I'll change this to 0.2, let's say, the ship speed. Go back to Alien Invasion, and run it, and now, well, I have an instance already open. Oh, okay. It comes back up, and then it goes a lot slower. I'm holding it down. Still goes off the line, though. Back and back. Okay. See you in the next video.